Hi, I hope you're all doing well. I am already bored out of my mind. I miss your crazy faces. I miss yelling at you. I miss giving you homework. I'm just kidding. But either way, I have this awesome blue chair from my grandma. And I was like, this is perfect for a little reading nook. Don't make me use my teacher voice. I got funny little things over here. I painted this. I just like dogs, so I painted a pug. And I just feel like he's judging you, so I call him Judge Pug, but that's my own preference. I don't know. I hope none of you are stressing too much. I've heard back from some of you. If you haven't messaged me, you need to. I care about you. But I hear a lot of you are stressing out, and that's no fun. And I hear a lot of you are bored, and that's also no fun. So I thought, hey, if you're that bored, maybe you want to watch Miss Johnson reading you a weird story. I don't know. And if not, cool. I just wasted 5 minutes of my own time because I'm also bored too. So either way, there's this really fun, crazy book called Where the Sidewalk Ends. I read some stories for some of you, but I thought, hey, what the heck? So I'm going to read 4 fun, short little stories and poems for your enjoyment. So let us begin. The first one is called Paul Bunyan. He rode through the woods on a blue ox. He had fists as hard as chopping blocks, 500 pounds and 9 feet tall. That's Paul. Talk about working when he swung that axe. You could hear it ring for 1.5 miles. Then he yelled, "Timber!" and down she fell for Paul. Talk about drinking that man so mean that he'd never drink nothing but kerosene. And a 5-gallon can is a little bit small for Paul. Talk about tough. Well, once he had a fight with a thunderstorm on a cold, dark night. I ain't saying who won, but it's not storm at all round here, thanks to Paul. He was 90 years old when he said with a sigh, "I think I'm gonna lie right down here and die. 'Cause sunshine or sorrow, I've seen it all," says Paul. He says, There ain't no man alive can kill me, ain't no woman round can thrill me, and I think heaven just might be a ball, says Paul. So he died, and then we cried. It took 18 men just to bust the ground. It took 24 more to lower him down, and we covered him up, and we figured that was all for Paul. But late one night, when the trees started shaking, the dogs started howling, and the earth started quaking, and out from the ground was a, "Hi, y'all," came Paul. Oh my gosh. He shook the dirt from off of his clothes, he scratched his butt, and he wiped his nose. "You know, being dead was no fun at all," said Paul. He says, "Up in heaven, they got harps on their knees, they got clouds and wings, but they ain't got no trees. I don't think that's much of a heaven at all," says Paul. So he jumped on his axe with a fare thee well. He said, "I'll find out if there's trees in hell," and he rode away, and that was all we ever seen of Paul. So the next time you hear a timber yell that sounds like it's coming from the pits of hell, then a weird and devilish ghostly wail, like somebody chopping on the devil's tail, then a shout, a call, a crash, a fall, there ain't no mortal man at all. That's Paul. That was terrifying. I didn't like that one. Let's read a better one, because that was horrible. Oh, this is a classic. My mom, she brags about this all the time. She, in school, had to memorize one of Shel Silverstein's poem, and she memorized this one. But then, when I challenged her, I'm like, "Okay, can you still say it?" She couldn't say it. Well, give her some time. She could say like 3 lines, but it's still very entertaining, so I thought we'd read it. Sick. "I cannot go to school today," said little piggy Ann McKay. "I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox, and there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough, I sneeze, I gasp, I choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrecked, my ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent, my spine ain't right. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is... What? What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play. Okay, this one is a crowd favorite. I read it to a class and they asked me to reread it 3 times, so I'm gonna read it again. This is called True Story. This morning I jumped on my horse and went out for a ride. And some wild outlaws chased me and they shot me in the side. So I crawled into a wildcat's cave to find a place to hide. But some pirates found me sleeping there and soon they had me tied to a pole and built a fire under me. I almost cried till a mermaid came and cut me loose and begged to be my bride. So I said I'd come back Wednesday, but I must admit I lied. Then I ran into a jungle swamp, but I forgot my guide. And I stepped into some quicksand, and no matter how I tried, I couldn't get out until I met a water snake named Clyde, who pulled me to some cannibals who planned to have me fried. But an eagle came and swooped me up, and through the air we fly. And then he dropped me into a boiling lake 1,000 miles wide. And you'll never guess what I did then. No! Judgmental pug! You know what? We're going to go with it. Obviously, I'm hanging together by some tape, and the tape's not strong enough. Oh, only Miss Johnson. Okay, we're going to end this pretty soon because things are falling apart literally. Okay, this one is my favorite. I auditioned at the Lincoln City Playhouse when I was in 3rd grade, and one of the requirements was to memorize a poem. And so I picked this one because it was funny and I like to say it. And I can say about half of it, but then I forgot the rest, but it's still cute. So we're going to read it. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too is the bomb. Okay, let's go. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, went for a ride in a flying shoe. Hooray, what fun, it's time we flew, said Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle was captain and Pickle was crew, and Tickle served coffee and mulligan stew. As higher and higher and higher they flew. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Over the sun and beyond the blue. Hold on, stay in, I hope we do, cried Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Never returned to the world they knew. And nobody knows what's happened to dear Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. I have to say, these are silly, but they're also kind of sad. But hey, free entertainment, right? I think that's good. Well, I hope you enjoyed Miss Johnson's Try Hard Reading Corner. We need to try harder. But I miss you all. I love you all. I'm praying for you. Just shoot me an email if you're ever struggling or have a question, any of that. I'm on call. Love you guys. Take care.